Unfortunately, I just had a blue screen. I, I've tried so much shit to fix this, I'm out of options. I've literally basically gotten a different computer. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to do, but either way, we're in the middle of playing some Borderlands. I'm gonna try to get back into that. I was honestly almost done with the section we're about to be at. You'll probably see it. I'll probably have to edit this together because I expect another crash. That's just the way bullshit happens to me. Um, the game's loading up right now. I don't. Here's the problem. I usually just get like a black screen. This time I got a blue screen, but the error it gave me extremely unhelpful. Um, anyway, like I said, we were almost done with this zone. I'm not doing it again right now. I'm sorry. We were there, and right there's the exit. This is literally like the last room, the boss fight. So we're not doing that. We're going to go and farm. Let's kill Tinder Snowflake a few times, and then move on. Maybe get a fresh Lauda. Sorry about the crash. I'm sorry this is gonna be broken up footage. Honestly, like I said, I kind of expected to crash again. I really don't know what the fuck the problem is. I've tried so much shit to fix this. The only two things I have left to replace, I guess three things: the processor, the RAM, and the motherboard. And they're all extreme pains in the asses if I replace the motherboard, which honestly is the most likely cause. I'll probably have to buy a new Windows key because this one has been bound to it, and it was like a digital key. Which is a pain in the ass. That's kind of why I've been putting it off. If it's the RAM, that's probably about $150 investment. And same if it's the CPU. Obviously I can RMA these things. I have experience RMAing this motherboard, in fact. Pretty sure it's just a different one than what I originally had. But my point is, it takes a long time. It took like almost a month, I think. Over a month if you want to count the amount of time I had to try and convince them that the motherboard was the problem in the first place back then. So, I just really can't do without a PC for that amount of time. So I'd probably have to buy it, like buy a replacement to use in the meantime. And there's also no guarantee that that's, you know, whatever I replace is from, but it is what it is, I suppose. This farming is going to be a pain in the ass because many reasons. But I'm probably going to level a bunch, which is going to feed my need to farm, which I hate. It's Squall. Well, that's annoying. Still annoying. Wow, look at you prolonging your death. I have talked to the vendors, by the way, of my motherboard and RAM. The motherboard people just said go ahead and send it in. They didn't offer any sort of tips on how I can troubleshoot it. And it also looks like I'd have to pay for it again, so that's also part of the reason I'm basically at like $100. Because I think I paid like $60 for the motherboard, plus I had to ship it in before, which cost me $20, so another like $20 to ship it again. Just doesn't seem worth it for something that's giving me trouble. And for the RAM, they didn't, like, they kept changing people who I was talking to, and I had to restart explaining the problem every time, and they also haven't responded to me on the last email I sent them, where I told them certain things seem to extend the crash time, and I also gave them some different codes, you know, for like crash codes, like that system exception thing that I talked about, and they just never responded. And it's been about a week since I sent them that. So yeah, actually I have been trying to, if you were wondering, I've been trying to figure out some of my computer problems. I just don't want to, like I said, basically I'll have to buy, if it's a motherboard, I basically have to buy a new bit. I wanted to see if there was a way I could test the RAM, but you know, they weren't responding. Maybe I should just send it in, I don't know. And for the CPU, I guess it could be like a memory channel or something, I suppose it. But the thing was, like, the problem persisted on stock for like everything, so it didn't really matter what settings. And since I've literally replaced every other part of my PC at this point, I've, like, I say that in the truest sense. I've changed cases, I've changed SSDs, hard drives, power supplies, video cards, coolers. I went from an AIO to the stock to Dituma. Been one hell of a shitty ride. So if anyone watching this happens to have troubleshooting tips, please consider sharing them. I clearly desperately need them. And like I said, it's, so I obviously, so this motherboard, the same motherboard is available at around $50, and other ones of similar quality and honestly complaints with them as well are around $70, and actually decent motherboards are around $100, which is why I'm I'm not just going out and like, okay, well, if this solves the problem, I'm gonna just spend $100, right? No, your boy can't do that. Same with the RAM, same with the CPU, which is why it's been a persistent problem, and I'm so hesitant to fix things. Because if I send it in for RMA, I'm paying another $20, like I said, to ship it, and it doesn't solve the problem. I'm out another $20. I haven't had my computer for probably 3 weeks, and I still have to send in the RAM next, I guess, and that doesn't solve it. Well, I'm out another, it's probably like $6 to send that in, but I'm also out of computer for probably another few weeks, and if that doesn't work, same with the CPU, probably a couple bucks. But I'm stuck without it for another few weeks, and I use it for more than streaming, right? I use it for work during the day, as poorly as that goes. Which is why it's like such a problem to try and solve here. But I was thinking, I should just go for the motherboard one. And I have been watching 2 motherboards. They're both MSI B450s. I do have a Ryzen 5 1600, same socket. And I was thinking of going for them, but the one I would want in my form factor is never available. And the smaller one, when it is available, but it's 120 bucks, and it doesn't have all the features I really would prefer. But I've really been thinking about jumping on that and just hoping that solves it, and it's not the end of the world if that wasn't the problem, I guess, because I can sell this other motherboard I have probably for like 30 bucks to recoup it, and it is what it is, I guess. And it's similar with the RAM, like I would have to get basically a matching kit in terms of speed and cast latency. So I would need like 3200 megahertz DL16 stuff. And that's, I guess I wouldn't need 16 gigabytes, but it would probably be best to just match the kit, and that kit goes for around 130-ish, which is like better than the 200 it used to go for a year or two ago whenever I got it. But it's, I don't know if anyone gives a shit about what I'm talking about, by the way. Feel free to, I mean, nobody's here, but feel free to tell me to shut the fuck up. I'm just talking about this stuff because, let's face it, I can't come up with real content. Who the fuck do you think I am? But seriously, I'm just gonna get rid of these. I don't need them. They're garbage. Like that's what's holding us back here. That's been my problem. I just can't seem to like find the stuff at an affordable price for me, to where it makes sense to just like jump on. Oh, well, you know, if it's not the RAM, I have 32 gigs. If it is the RAM, you know, I'll send in the 16 gig kit, have it fixed, and when it comes back I'll have 32 gigs. That's more than I need, but it's still pretty usable. And if it's the motherboard, like, okay, I send this one in, then another 20 bucks on it, I guess. Then like either make another build or something, or try to sell it for the money back or something. Which doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, obviously I could just scam someone, right? I would never fucking do that. That's fucked up, but right, like you could just sell it as is and be like, yeah, this shit totally works, because you wouldn't know for a few days. Obviously I could also scam like whoever I bought it from, like Amazon or Newegg or some shit, wherever I buy the new one from, and just like use that until I get the new one and then say, oh shit, this doesn't work, and I return it. But that's fucked up as well. I highly discourage anyone from doing that. I know people do that, which is why I'm mentioning it. Very common practice, and I hate people who do that. And obviously it's the same problem for the CPU, except the CPU is kind of like the worst of it. Like with the RAM is like probably the best option to test for me, right? Because I just end up with more RAM, and it's an investment for the future kind of deal. But with the other two I end up with duplicates, and a pain in the butt no matter what. This has been a rant with your boy on why his computer problems are problems of the computer. Also, if you're wondering, I have fully reinstalled Windows before, multiple times in fact, so it's not like an installation problem. I've done like, you know, BDU style of shit, fully wiped system kind of deals, where I start from scratch. So if you're wondering like, oh, why have you just tried like a Windows refresh? Yes, I have. It doesn't work. It's probably not a driver, even though sometimes it'll like say it's X driver. I've had it a handful of times come back with NVIDIA drivers, but they've always been the absolute most up-to-date driver. How many of these have I done? Probably shouldn't have been ranting so much, I know. You know what, I should probably stop taking all this stuff. Ooh, so cute. Yeah, I'm gonna stop, like, hoarding shit. Wait. Oh. I think that's 3, right? If it's not, it is now. We'll go for 2 more kills. We're probably not gonna get a another one of these, which would be ideal, a Tupnea. But we will cry ourselves to sleep, so there's that. This is a pretty decent source of shieldage, I guess. I mean, if someone has advice there, please. I have been leaning towards the MSI B450 mortar or the MSI B450 gaming ITX. Hello. How you doing? Hope it's been a hot minute. You've been enjoying my complaints about my shitty computer problems. Or did you just join?
You wanted me to sing my heart out.
So I snatched it from his chest. Yeet. Oh god. Just joined. Fantastic. Lucky. You didn't have to hear me complaining. No wait. That's all I do. I'm just farming for another top now. This is a Vladof only run. Unless you've been following the series a lot. I don't like you haven't been doing it live, unfortunately. I'm sure you have things to do, but I don't know, maybe you watch the VODs or the YouTube edition shit. But yeah, we're Salvador and we're just using Vladof weapons and we're farming for one of these, and then I need to farm for this, because that's just how this game is sometimes. You gotta get your level. On the off chance you were wondering why the hell I'm killing the same thing over and over. And this dude specifically. He bowling. He bowling for soups. Four-wheeler? I don't have 4 wheels. What's he talking about? Outstanding move. 99% of the game. It sure is. I've put it off way too long and now I'm struggling in Tina's DLC, so I'm probably gonna have to get more layouts. It's kind of worse. I mean, obviously it's worse, you know, doing an allegiance thing where you only use certain manufacturers' gear. Hello? Because it's like harder to get a hold of, but it is alright because the Lyuda is pretty damn powerful, which is the snipe I'm using. Just that, like, look at how weak this one is. It's like almost 10 levels under. I put it off way too long. It's not the worst. Yeah, that's why I chose it. I figured it's my first time doing something like this, so I figure Jacobs would be the worst with Salvador, right? Because dual wielding and having to like click this shit out of everything would be hell. And I figured it'd be easy enough since I could use slag stuff when it came down to it. He had some okay relics. Holy shit. Oh, it's garbage. Inferior product. Get out of here. But I figured it would probably be like pretty... It'd probably be the easiest. Broken finger, broken mouse button. You'd like... Click. Click faster. Ugh. I don't know if that picked up. I think it did. I think it would be pretty nuts. I'm gonna kill him one more time and then give up on this goal, although that's pretty useful. Of getting another one of these. Like I was saying though, like just figured having an elemental type would be ideal. That's why I didn't go with like Torg. I feel like Torg probably would have still been pretty easy because you can just farm for a Herald every few levels. and like a bonus package or something. But I don't know. I thought the slag ability would be pretty good, and this sniper rifle is actually pretty damn good. I figured Jacobs would probably be the hardest. Apparently, there's only one Jacobs shield, right? It's like you can't even get it to level 30, so that'd be a pain in the ass. Do not challenges. Yeah, you started your one lives. It's like so. Ah. How are those going? I think last time we talked, you were on a Lilith one life, I believe, on Borderlands 1. I imagine that's long done by now. I think that was maybe like a month or two ago. I can't do the one life thing. I feel like I'm not gonna do well. I get triggered enough with infinite lives. That was gonna do. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Lilith. I feel like Roland would be easy mode for that, because he has like such an easy target. You know, throw out the turret, everyone shoots at it, and then you get to wipe them out. And he has like all those gun damage boosting kill skills and whatnot, and fire rate. I guess Axton would kind of be that for this one, because he can just throw his turret like 6 miles away. Switch to Gage. Died at the warrior. Oh. I feel like she's probably really good as long as you go with the same, like, what is it, the Faber B combo every time you can. But I guess that kind of goes for anyone. He gonna die. Oh, probably should have related it. Definitely should have bought ammo or something. No. Don't need the bee? Yeah, you don't need the bee, but it helps. I mean, you don't really need the bee with Salvador either. Honestly, Salvador is probably the easiest one. Just get like an Unkempt Herald and do Tina's DLC to the point where you get that the slag thing. What is that thing called? The Grog Nozzle, and he's basically immortal. What'd this do? We'll go ahead and put one skill in that so we can benefit. I guess the benefit to Gage though is if you use like the Fibber, you could hide around a corner and just like shoot at the floor and have it like, you know, auto bounce and aim to someone off around a corner, so you can be a little safer. Then again, you can't like use snipers for that. I think that's gonna be my last attempt on this dude. Ooh. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Why couldn't that be something useful from a fantastic manufacturer like Vladof? Damn it, why can't I get a good Allegiance relic too? I'll sell that, I guess. Hyper Ion. Alright, I guess we out of here. I'm not gonna keep farming him, it's a pain in the butt. I'm gonna try to get a fresh Lyuda now. Maybe I'll come back here after I get that. But I don't want like to get to the point where the Lyuda is basically useless. This will probably be a pretty good combo, I guess, aside from the fact that I'll run out of rockets in 23 seconds. Not get a good mode. Oh. Yeah, you really need that bounce chance unless you're gonna play like super aggressive, which I imagine you're. Hello, thank you. I imagine you're not going to on a one life. That was really lucky, by the way. That's a R tier pandemic longbow too. Nice. I'm getting pretty lucky with these, so we can replace our old one. That's pretty nice. That worked out. Like normally the way I play her is super aggressive. I just run in there because she's so powerful. And it's like the shots that don't home in, I'm aiming at the floor at an angle where it's just gonna hit them anyway. So I just go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and kill him on the way there, I suppose. Okay. Three killing you. Oh, yeah, I hate that. You're like about to do your nukem, and you accidentally blow yourself up. Yikes. Like, nobody told me that aiming 6 feet in the air would make my rocket land next to me. Okay. I mean, I guess if you want to go farm bunker, get yourself a sham, sponge up the rockets, and do what I was just doing, try to get a top net. That'd probably be pretty usable. Or I guess a North Fleet, although that's kind of harder to do. Do you do raid bosses on a one life? I mean, I don't really do the raid bosses. Honestly, I don't even think you can solo most of them. Not one. I think Pyro Pete's like the only one left you can still solo, right? Didn't they like patch all the other ones? Oh wait, they're not gonna be here. I need to. Did I already do that? I don't think I did that. They don't respawn unless you redo this. Bosses are not included. Because I know you can like cheese Pyro Pete, and you can like full on hide from his damage. Like you can reduce it, make it so he can't attack you with anything but his like area of effect thing, or you can avoid that too if you like do the little grenade jump spot. And honestly, I'm not above either. Who the fuck cares? It's just the game. Like how else are you gonna do it as a solo player? I guess if you were Krieg, you could like full on legit solo him with Blood Explosion. What this? Garbage. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Ooh, is that one? No, it's money and his leg. Fantastic. I have a very discerning eye. By NOP4. I mean, wow. Like, I don't think I've ever done him, like, without hiding behind that rail or doing the grenade jump. Unless it was Krieg. I did blood explode him a handful of times. Like, I think... What do you need to do specifically? Like... I think you need a Meteor launcher, and to like throw it, I gotta use that or he's gonna kill me. You gotta like do everything perfectly. We need to hide. Oh, it's Bandito. Oh my god. How come that never happens when it counts? I think you can solo Veracitus. Wrecked. Yeah, I totally destroyed that rock. I was gonna say, I think you can kill Veracitus with uh, 0. You can like trespass bore him. I think that works. Like you use bore and the trespasser and like his trespass skill or something to like overwrite the fact that some of those guys have really powerful shields and just kill them outright. And then you can actually fight normally, but it's still pretty rough. I don't think I've ever done it, but I think I've seen it done. Okay. Okay, he no died this time, but he died in like 2 shots last time. Make up your mind, girl. Oh, that's useless. Just make sure you didn't launch that. What is this? Garbage. Just like me. Never really looked into it. Yeah, I mean, I looked into it years ago, I'd say, because I wanted to know how I could do them. Like how could I, as someone who really only plays alone consistently, beat one money shot again? Yeah, like how could I do this thing that's otherwise unattainable? Like I just really wanted a Norfleet, and I think Veracitus and Vermivorous were like the only ways to get it. And Vermivorous is basically impossible to spawn solo. In fact, I think it is impossible to spawn solo. And then Veracitus was impossible to kill, so I was looking for ways to do it, and I came across that. Big Bug, yeah, I think that's Vermivorous. Veracitus is like the stalker in the Big Hunt DLC, and Vermivorous is this stupid Varkid that like spawns through, what is that? Through not impossible. Yeah, it's I guess it's just like super rare or something. It's like a 0.0001 chance or something percent chance, and it like raises it to up to 1% full or some shit if you have 4 players. And you have to like get a Varkid to turn into an adult, to turn into a badass, to turn into a super badass, then to an ultimate badass, and then finally it turns into like a Vermivorous pod if you're lucky. And each one of those stages you have to get lucky on, and it's nuts. Okay. Caustic Caverns. Yeah, I think I might have done that too. Or at least that's where I used to try it. The Caustic Caverns and the that place. Wow, what the fuck's the place where Tina is? There's like a Varkid Ranch out there or something. Are you kidding me? I think it's called Varkid Ranch, like out there. I don't know if that's like the zone name, but like that's the area name. Owie. Oh, so I get the garbage legendary, but not the good. I could just never get it to happen. I think I ended up with like a... Oh, you know what? I think I did get it to work. I was like OP8 Maya, and I went back to level 72. I think that's how I was able to do it. And that's how I was able to kill it. But like it was super underleveled and I couldn't really have that much fun with it. You know what I mean? Oh, the buzzards, yeah, they're annoying. I think what I used to do is like there's a hut. I think that's actually where you spawn into, and I would just like go up there and like get the barkets to spawn and whatnot, and then go back like and wait on the ladder and hope that they would just change, and it didn't really work. How come these dudes like die super quick sometimes and then other times they just don't give a shit about my bullets? I really need a new slag one. Honestly, if I can just get the slag one, I think I'll move on. I'll be content with that. That'll be good enough. I'll do pig. I'll do. Oh, the money shot? Probably. Probably is, thinking about it. Especially since I do have, I think, money shot on my mod. So it's probably just super lucky. It's probably like a combination of slag and money shot or something. He did. Okay. Yes. Oh, yes. We out here, boys. I'm taking it and I'm leaving. That's all I needed. Although it's kind of underleveled. That's thanks. It's gonna have to do. At least it's not like 10 levels under, you know? We can finally go get destroyed in Tiny Tina's DLC again. I was like 80% the way through and I actually crashed like right before Spider Bitch. And I just decided to go do this instead because I was struggling anyway. So I figured I may as well do this. Get out of town. So I was gonna have to do it one way or the other. And I also wanted to try for the top man, but I didn't get that. But I did get this. I feel like that's an okay combo, right? Top Nea plus shitty version. Where's my thingy? There it is. The fuck was that, dude?
Coins for bullets, bullets for coins. Can I
The fuck he
interest
called me?
you in some magic bullets?
The top Nea is like nothing in particular.
Until we meet again.
It's just the E-Tech version of Vladof's launcher. Yeah, I hate this part too. I hate the crystal skeletons more than anything. But yeah, there's like that room with like the 4 crystal skeletons I hate, and then I hate the room with like the 10 Skeletors with the sword in their chest that are super hard to kill and you can't res off of. But yeah, this is the top Nea. And the way I've been getting it is that stupid. Well, this is actually the first and only one I've got this run. But the way you farm for it is Tinder Snowflake, what you came in on. That train has 2 rocket launchers that are guaranteed to spawn. Obviously, it's not guaranteed to be E-Tech, but that's like the fastest way to get it because E-Techs aren't a guaranteed drop from anything. So you basically have to get lucky and get Vladof launchers and get lucky and get E-Tech. And get lucky and hope it's not fire because fire is the worst. And the reason it's so good is it has like the Norfleet style of bullets where it just like is an area of effect kind of attack. And it also consumes less ammo per a shot. I think it's like every 1 shot or something is half. And it's actually like even better with Salvador and some of his perks where like certain shots won't consume ammo. Die. Oh god. I'm gonna assume you've been playing a lot of Borderlands lately? At least when you have your chance? Or have you maybe played different games? I know there's like a lot of popular stuff right now that recently came out. I don't know that those are your style though. Oh god. Never stop shooting. Oh! He cheating. Oh, my slag gun's not shooting. I do. Bitch. This is the easiest part, not too much. Not much. That's a shame. Busy with work, I'm assuming. Work and life. Life and work. Work in your life. Living La Vida Loca? I don't know. We got a badass over here. Gonna shoot him right in his bulb. Hello? Bruh. Borderlands 2 and Path of Exiles. I don't think I've ever played that. Is that the like open world survival thing? Or am I thinking of something else? Diablo only better? Holy shit. Definitely not the open world survival thing then. The hell am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of like Conan the Exile, huh? Oh my god. Yikes. No time. I've never played either of those. I've just heard, like, I don't think I've ever actually even seen Path of Exile gameplay, but I have seen the other one, and I didn't really think it was for me. A lot of games these days, which is good, but sometimes it seems like games half-ass, so you never know what to, like, invest in. I hate this room. I'm leaving. Bye. I hate this room so much. Alakazam! Like, I recently, you've probably heard of Anthem. I recently got that, and, like, it just came out, obviously, but I played that a bit, and, like, I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like the gameplay's kind of fun, but at the same time, there's a ton of loading screens, and that's kind of annoying. Oh shit, I'm dead. And then there's like, it's boring very fast. Anthem or the Conan thing or Path of it. I don't. I'm so lost in my. I'm the one who started talking about this. What's wrong with me? Did I seriously just make the same exact mistake? Oh my god, Anthem. Yeah, like the gameplay is super fun. Oh fuck. How did I mess that up? I was literally done. Like, it's just there's a ton of loading screens. And the story is kind of like off. So maybe it was funny for you. Like I had one job, dude. All I had to do was just wait. And I messed it up. Anyway. Like I'm not done with it. I'm probably gonna play it some more this weekend. Fuck. I literally made the same mistake again. I'm not done with Anthem. Like there's still story mode. But I'm not seeing like where the end game's gonna be. Because it seems kinda story driven right now. even though the story just kind of like threw you into it, and I kind of don't know what's going on that much. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. There's like not that much variety in the guns, and there's a pretty clear like winner in terms of what I guess javelin is the best, which are like their classes basically. Like the Storm is by far superior than to the others that I've experienced. So it's just like, I hate this room by the way. You don't really know what's gonna come later. Like there's not that much. It seems like they were really banking on the fact that the game is pretty and didn't consider what else was gonna happen. And there's also like I said, there's just a strange amount of loading screens. Like literally everything has a loading screen. And it's kind of confusing. Well, this didn't go well. Okay, apparently I can't use that anymore. I feel like I don't know how familiar you are with Destiny. I feel like they're Destinying that game, even though it just came out, and they have time to fix things. But it's like they're banking on the fact that it's got something unique. Like for Destiny, it was kind of like the loot and shoot, like new sort of vertical world. Like obviously they weren't the first looter shooter. I mean, we're playing one right now that came out first. But I feel like they're banking on the whole vertical aspect, like it's kind of a new thing. You know, the whole double jump and like space element stuff was Destiny's, and they're kind of doing the same thing, except now you can fly for Anthem. Okay, I don't know. It just seems like the main feature is kind of a gimmick. As cool as it is, like as much as I've always wanted to fly on the fan base, yeah, it kind of was. But like Destiny 1 itself kind of banked on like the classes kind of thing. Like the guns weren't all that unique. It was basically just literally Destiny 2. I mean, they were the same thing, right? Like they didn't really change the weaponry. And then they just reintroduced the same problems. But it's just like all they were banking on is cool space magic and the ability to sort of be mobile. Like the whole hover shit for Titans, or like being able to double triple jump. Like it was cool and unique. Nobody had really done shit like that. Because I guess, I don't know, they couldn't, I don't know. But like Anthem is kind of just banking off of, well shit, you can fly, but there's really no flying combat. Like you're not flying around shooting things. You can't even shoot while you fly. You can shoot while you hover. Like other than being able to fly for mobility, there's not that much flight. That said, I said earlier, the combat's probably the best part of that game. So it's like that's all it's got going for it. I feel like the story could be better. The game itself could be optimized better. I feel like it doesn't run that smoothly. And then again, I've only ever played it while streaming. But it's like one of those games that always uses as much resource as you can give it, unless you like limit the frames. Oh god, watch me get their stupid legendaries. Oh. Oh, I thought he dropped his staff. I was about to be confused. I think the real problem with that game is the loading screens, though. I've already said that like 20 times, so I should probably shut the fuck up about it. I just hate that there's a loading screen. If you want to go to the forge, if you want to go back to the city, if you want to go outside, if you want to go into a tunnel, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. Like if you, I wouldn't be surprised if you went and watched like my stream of it. If like I played for like 3 hours yesterday, I wouldn't be surprised if like an hour and a half of that was loading screen. Pretty crazy. Oh, I can't jump that. Fuck. When they joked about it, I wouldn't be surprised. It's pretty bad, like, and it's kind of crazy to think about. Turned around loading screen. A loading screen everywhere. I just feel like, I mean, look at, I guess it's a big world, so I sort of understand having to transition for like when you're out and about flying and you fly into a tunnel. I guess I get that, but why the fuck does there need to be a loading screen between, like, so there, I don't know how familiar you are with it, but there's like an end of expedition kind of screen where it tells you sort of your stats, where it like gives out medals and XP. There's a loading screen, then that like look who did the best in this mission screen, and then there's the loading screen again after you choose where you want to go. So like if you choose the forge, which is where you customize your fly or dyer, we'll just call it that, the javelin. But if you choose to go there, then there's also a loading screen going there and a loading screen coming back. It's just like so many loading screens. They really couldn't do us any better than that. I feel like we're kind of past the era of that. They do kind of have, like, I personally think that the whole javelin customization thing could very have easily been just like a simple menu, like a little GUI that you just like press escape, you know, to same as like you would change graphic settings, or like in this, oh that's not right, inventory, like you should just be able to do this for like your weaponry. That would be so much better. But in order to change your javelin, you need to go to the forge and change it. And you also need to change like your weapon. You gotta go to the forge, change it. You need to change like your abilities. So say you're there's a javelin called the Storm that kind of uses magic-y style things. You gotta go there. You gotta go to the forge, which means waiting for a thing. I'm just gonna run past these guys because I hate them. It's just like a pain, especially since I guess I'm a low level, right? Like I just started the game this past weekend because I mean it just came out this past weekend. But it's like that's all you get. Like you have to go there every time because once you level up after a mission, you're usually like 2 or 3 levels higher. You need to put on better gear, right? Like you level up, you want to use the new highest level gear, the new ability you got. It's nuts. I feel like it could be really good too. That's like the sad part. It's kind of like Destiny. Like I used to play it on the weekends. I don't know if you paid attention to like what I streamed all the time. I imagine you don't have time for that. I don't know if you have notifications on for me. Why am I just running past these guys? They're easy. Oh well, he ran. But it's just like, it's EA. Never buy it. I ended up getting it because I was kind of looking for something else to play because I was kind of fed up with Destiny. Like I had been playing that, and you know they're kind of having a similar, not really like a loading screen issue, but it's just like I don't know, their DLC just doesn't last long, and as much as I think the game plays well, I feel like there's nothing to do in Destiny that's purely unique. Like I don't feel like farming for shit. You know, I got sick of chasing the light level grind. Like I used to go for every character, you know, I had 3 to the max light, and I had just gotten them all to 600 light or something. and then the next DLC dropped, and they raised the light to like 650 or something, and I didn't want to do it anymore because they didn't add anything fresh to do that made me want to. Like, there were no really cool guns that had some sort of cool effect that I thought would be nice. There was no cool activity that was purely unique. Like, they have something called the Forge now, where you're basically just trapped in a small arena for a while. That's how you get their newest guns. And it's more levels. Yeah, it's more levels, but like, you didn't give me something new to get those new levels. And then, like, once I'm that level, what do you want me to do? Like, there's no real unique weaponry. I mean, there are some, like, you know, the bows were a good addition for, like, whatever their last DLC was. But it's not like they're that unique. Like, what really attracted me to Destiny, the first one, and why I decided to give the second one, like, so much opportunity to impress me, was this, like, notion of the space magic kind of shit. Like, the supers, the abilities, that shit was cool to me. Like, how often do you get games like that? Obviously I like them, right? It had been like the first game anywhere like Borderlands where it had, you know, special abilities and cool things for me to do. And I just really wanted to play it. And I guess I never learned my lesson, and as much as, like I said, I think the gameplay is pretty solid. At a certain point, it just feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over. That's why I don't really get, like, how some people can stream this as much as they do. Like, I feel like I stream it a lot. And I don't even, like, finish characters, you know? Like, I'll finish the DLC, but I don't OP8 them. And I'm just like, how y'all OP8ing character after character, you know, like the same build basically that you've done 7 other times? Like, don't you want to play something else? Anyway, that's how I ended up buying Anthem. I was just like, fuck it, this looks like it has enough appeal for me to just at least be entertained for a hot minute. So I gave it a go, and you know what, it's not terrible, it's just that Diablo 3, right? People love the shit out of that. Do they still do that? I mean, people still play, I guess it's a little different, but people still play CSGO and like Dota 2. Those don't even have story, but I guess that's a little different in that you're playing against people, so it's like PvP. But I did give up those games. Like, I used to play the shit out of CSGO casual mostly because I couldn't really like commit the time to do yeah, we still play Borderlands 2. Exactly. Well, like, I don't know about you, in my defense, I guess I've been playing Borderlands 2 for maybe, well, Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, I've been playing it for maybe a year now. But I hadn't played it since, like, probably maybe a year after they each came out. So this is kind of like a series of revisits for me. Like, I haven't played through each of these characters yet on stream. So it's been like years since I've played Axton, for example. So it's kind of like a different experience for me, like a nostalgia. But like the people who play it and have played it non-stop, like, what the fuck? Borderlands 2 in 2016. I played them back, I was super late to Borderlands 1. Like, I didn't get it when it was new, but I pre-ordered, I think, Borderlands 2. And I loved the fuck out of it. It was fantastic. I think I did the same with the pre-sequel. There's only like a handful of games I believe I pre-ordered like this. Those were the Borderlands and Destiny, actually. Destiny 2. I don't think I did the first Destiny. And then Anthem I ended up pre-ordering. And it's like you have to have like a certain amount of appeal to get me interested enough to pay 60 fucking bucks for your game. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like Borderlands 2 here is probably the only game that I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered that like truly lived up to its awesomeness. As much as I hate certain aspects, it's like, obviously the game can't be perfect. But I genuinely hate these things. I fucking hate them so much. Worst enemy in the game. Hello? I'm pretty sure I got Borderlands 1, ow, when it was the Game of the Year edition. I think that's how I found out about it. I bought a game called Brink, and it was honestly probably the worst game I've ever played in my life to this day. I absolutely hated it. I just like, I barely remember playing it at all, other than I was just so fucking frustrated that I had spent money on this garbage that I actually like took it back to, I forgot where I bought it. I think it was GameStop, a place called GameStop. I actually took it back and returned it, and I ended up getting a recommendation from the girl who was working there, and she said Borderlands was the way to go, and that was the best recommendation ever. That like changed my gaming life. That was like back on PlayStation 3, and I got that, and it was amazing. Wise girl, exactly. Like, oh my god, I wish that they were working there. I think I bought it at a different store, but it was like, I don't know if you've ever tried Brink. Maybe I just didn't like it, I don't know, but I hated it, and I still think it's terrible, and I couldn't tell you very much about it other than it made me return it literally the same day I bought it, so don't even know it. It might have even been like a PlayStation exclusive, I don't know. I was just looking for like a shooter of some sort. I think before Borderlands, the game I had spent the most time on were Star Wars games. There were two Battlefronts before these, like the most recent ones. I loved those. It was like Battlefront 1 and 2. I thought those were like amazing games. Even like as a solo player, because I think those were like PlayStation 2. And you didn't, I think they were also on Xbox, but there wasn't like online for it really. And I would just like play against the bots. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever to be in that world. And I had heard such bad things about the other, like the more recent Battlefronts. Interestingly enough, but they're by EA, aren't they? Something's not adding up about EA. But I had heard like really bad things about the newer ones, and I just never got to them. Because it's just like, I had heard they were like is it Battlefield? Yeah, it's Battlefield, I think. And I just wasn't that interested. Didn't follow? Yeah. I don't know, I was just really into Star Wars, and it was just like super cool to me to be able to play as like a stormtrooper. This might sound super messed up, but I used to like playing as the stormtroopers versus like everything. And there was like a few that were like stormtroopers versus the Gungans. I'm not sure if you're familiar of like specifically who those are. I personally think they're the most annoying race in all of Star Wars. You are? X-Wing 1, 2. Oh god. I think I played Starfighter? I didn't play that many. I played like Bounty Hunter, Starfighter, and episode 1 to 6. Holy shit. I just remember there was like this one mission in the first Star Wars Battlefront game where you could exclusively fight the Gungans. And nothing was more satisfying to me than killing basically Jar Jar Binkses. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I was kind of young at the time. Shit, I don't even remember when those were. But I just thought it was super fun to kill Gungans. Thinking about it, it's honestly kind of messed up. I mean, it was kind of genocide. But they're just Gungans, right? Trash Gungans should be a meme. You could also, like, only fight against Wookiees. I would do that shit too, and the Wampas, if you know what those are. Those were actually pretty hard to kill. But none of them were as fun as killing the Gungans.
Tina, stop it! I miss Roman more than anyone, but you can't just deny.
Yeah, girl, that's cool. Suddenly you're
Too many feels in this DLC.
voice crying out in pain.
This way. Release me.
I kind of always wish they would come out with a similar game to those older Battlefronts, but from what I was able to tell, they never really did.
Yield goodbye.
I think there was also a like a hero only mode, which I don't think any of the new ones ever had, where you could like play as Darth Vader for the whole time. Like, it wasn't a reward, where you could play as Anakin or whoever. I mean, I guess they're technically the same people, but like it was different stages, like Darth Vader, Anakin, and not Kid Anakin. Nobody would want to play as that, but like angsty teenager Anakin.
Oh, for the love of...
Ha-ha! 20! I punch her!
Brick, no! She's our only ticket out.
Punch her!
Fine. I'll talk to the prisoner.
Release me. I shall show you the way to my father's kingdom.
Maybe I'll play Diablo
Sure,
3
why
again.
not?
I think it's actually free right now, isn't it? Actually, it's always free, right? Like, the base game is free? You are not Brick. I could be. Oh, that's right. He's a siren. And her name is Brick.
I am free to wreak my vengeance upon the
Damn, she
world.
thick. God damn. A big girl.
Starting with you.
I told you we should have punched her! I told you!
Oh, yeah. Probably should have mentioned I kind of only trapped you in my dungeon so that you do exactly what you just did, so... Have fun getting killed by my freak-ass daughter, I guess.
Damn, she a freak. Freak in the sheets. God damn. She's a pretty siren. And I name her Brick. She is the prettiest.
Brick shot.
I am the true evil.
Hello? I'm glad she's dying.
I deserve whatever I get.
Okay. Punches the doors and came. Yeah, I'm just like... it's not as funny to me now, but like... It was pretty funny the first time. Because it's just like so Brick.
Raise your sword.
I am the true evil.
It was like a damn it Brick moment. This bitch gonna die. Oh, she trying to bite a poo. Go ahead and pop everything. Owie.
Oh, for the love of... you know what? Fine. Just
Well, that was interesting.
for real this time.
Coming on up. Hello?
Did we really have to kill the sorcerer's daughter?
Yes?
She wasn't as bad as you seem to think she was.
What? Nah, man. Sorcerer's daughter's the worst. If it weren't for her dumb butt, everything would have been fine and nobody would have died.
Yeah, it probably does. Well, I mean, they kind of introduced him as a super violent dude, but yeah, like in the first one, he's all about blowing stuff up and like super aggression, I guess. Oh, my bad.
Yes, you made it to the tower. Now
Did
you
I?
can watch from my balcony as your torn limb from screaming bloody limb.
How would each of my limbs scream? What an idiot.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
What? He cheating. He cheating.
You better hurry. If you don't get here quick, my men are gonna bust into your precious little queen's cell and
Who's
murder her
busty?
ass.
Goddamn.
Bringing light back to the world when your savior's nothing but a pile of ashes, chumps.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Whoa. You wouldn't kill the queen before we even had a chance to save her, would you, Tina?
I told you, girl.
Wait, is he missing? Am I cheating? Oh no, he's sleeping. But Stallion! I was actually pretty surprised that it was Butt Stallion. I don't know who I thought it would be, but I didn't think it would be Butt Stallion. Am I? Does that look okay to you? It seems mildly stuttery, or is it just this? Am I crazy? Find out right now. The answer is yes. It was crazy. Oh my goodness. Did I just fall through the floor? I feel like this is a little choppy. Or am I seeing things? Where'd he go? Do I like... Did the game just crash? I pressed escape to enter the menu and maybe change the settings. I'm pretty sure it crashed. Fall through the floor. Well, sorry. Pretty sure the game just crashed. So, what? Close? Game, please. I guess we'll end task. Sorry about that. And open. Thankfully, it wasn't. It wasn't right after Spider Bitch. An error occurred while updating. What? Borderlands 2 has an update? Hello, Steam? You lying to me? Game hasn't been updated since 2014. The hell are they talking about? They lying. I would have been really pissed if I didn't make it through that zone though, if you know what I mean. Like, I was just before. Still in that little lair of agony or whatever it's called.
You better hurry. If you don't get here quick, my men are gonna bust into your precious little queen's cell and murder her ass. Good luck bringing light back to the world when your savior's nothing but a
Do the whole
pile of
dungeon
ashes,
again.
chumps.
Oof.
Whoa.
Yikes.
You wouldn't kill the queen before we even had a
I already
chance
had to do that once because I actually crashed like 90% through it. That's interesting. This game looks a lot smoother now. What? I wonder what happened. Maybe a temperature issue? I'll have to keep an eye on shit.
You forgot to say the mackerel.
He sleep. Hey! That's rude. I just stepped on him. He fast. That's Sonic? Oh god. I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down, sir and or madam. I heard you. I hate those things so much. Who the hell is John? Oh. Why am I all sticky? I hate these mages. Oh, that was nice. Except for the fact that I didn't hit a single thing with that. Please stop existing, thank you. I appreciate that. Hello? I'll switch to my rockets if you make me, boy. What'd you think of that one, buddy? Oh, I almost jumped to my death. Damn it. I hate these so much. Seriously, who thought those are cool? Am I alone in this? I find them so annoying. Like, I have to wait for them to spawn back in so I can kill them. More annoying than my voice. The hell's Havoc? Okay. Somebody just throw their head at me? That's rude. Who do that? He just upside down? How rude. I guess you could say he was trying to give me head. No. Uh-oh. Oh, that was cool. My bad. Oh, I have no ammos. I'm a failure. I was wondering what this thing was. Where'd he go? There he is. There he is. Get him. Okay. Never stop the shooting. When you can't aim, use your guns like a shotgun. I'm gonna die. Oh, thankfully this turned into a mimic. That actually really worked out for me. What was that? That went really well. Other than the whole almost dying thing. Ew, no. I just put on an inferior product, didn't I? Wait, what? I didn't? Don't get out of my inventory. Wow. That luck, right?
Oh, hey, quick update. I got bored. I'm not gonna lie. I ordered my men to kill the queen anyway. They're probably using that as a soccer ball right now.
A sausage ball? Fuck is that? Those are my favorite types of balls. Probably shouldn't quote me on that. Definitely don't want that out of context. That could get Akko Taco. Compensation for the crash, yeah. Oh god. These are the hardest things to kill with Vladof stuff. Actually, wait. I have this. Oh, but it's not loaded. Am I stupid? Oh! I did it. I got lucky. Well, that was a mistake. Am I doing something wrong, or is it just like a known thing that sometimes one of your guns won't shoot on activation? Because sometimes I have this problem where my gun doesn't work. Did his hair fall off? Hello. Gunzerker problem. Like totally just Gunzerker problems. Place my meat. Oh my god. He wants my meat. Here you go.
And so, I shall make it rain.
I guess I'll just do a handful of these and I'll probably move on. I can't imagine I'm gonna get something I can use. There's also a bug. Fucking did not. Ill. I don't remember that specifically, but it's, I don't know, it's just like, you know the pain.
The reward is these chumps.
Like there's something extremely annoying about not having an option in being prepared.
You deserve no better than this pittance.
That's money. I think it's like the fact that it's a game, and I don't know, like I want story out of a game, but like at least these types of games, I feel like a major aspect is feeling powerful. And when it like basically just takes all of the power away from you as the player, I don't know, I hate it. Like something about it is extra frustrating to me. I'm gonna die. Why did I pick that up? Like I'm not a fan of like stuff that'll make it so you can't move in a game or something. I get that they like want to use that as a game mechanic, but to me that's just annoying. Like I play games to have fun, and yeah, I don't mind a challenge, but like being unable to play, you know, like being incapacitated or something, like stuns, kinda sucks. Like you make it so I can't play the game for like, you know, 30 seconds. Kinda sucks, my dude. All I wanted to do was shoot stuff and now I'm, you know, frozen in place or something. Stunning and bumping. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm just a whiny bitch, but I've always felt I'm playing a game to play a game. Let me play the game. There's gotta be a better way of introducing complex fights rather than, you know, the traditional trap you in a room with something that's really hard to kill, or the traditional he can stun you or you have to avoid his one-shot thing. Like I just don't find that kind of stuff fun. And like I'm not above a challenge or something. Like I'm not opposed to any of that shit. I just feel like it's not creative or good gameplay to be stuck in one spot for like 30 seconds. Like I just don't want to feel helpless. That's not why I'm playing this shit.
This weapon shall be yours.
Holy shit. Oh. You can have that one back, buddy. Due to the scripted boss. Yeah, like a lot of the boss. So there's either, like you said, they're like scripted. So the only way you could proceed is to activate X and then go to Y and then Z, and then you can shoot them for like a minute. And then you have to redo those steps, but like in Y, Z, X order. Like, that's something, I guess? But then like the only other option is you're trapped in a room with the boss and they throw a bunch of, you know, smaller enemies at you. And like in Destiny 2, there's like a fight where you're actually just teleported to right next to the boss, and you're helpless for a few seconds while he sucks you towards him. I think it's the Fanatic fight or something. And I'm just like, okay. Like, it could be worse. I don't think you can take damage while you're being pulled, but you can while you're... Like, he's pulling you in to do, like, a near one-shot. So if you're, like, already damaged, it is a one-shot. I don't know. Oh god. It's why I don't, like, in Borderlands, there's there's like those circle things. There's like little arenas where you're trapped in a small... Jesus, I just said the word arena. And, you have to fight your way through it. And I just find those super boring. Like, they're so one-dimensional. Like, for Borderlands 1, I never even bothered doing Moxie's Underdome, because it's just like... Why? These are the same enemies I can find anywhere else in the world. It's pretty unrewarding. And all I do is run in circles and try not to die while trying to kill. That's also the majority of Destiny's encounters too, I suppose. Like, the one thing it's got over, I guess, Borderlands is you could, like, kinda... Well, it's one skill point. Yeah. I think I'm gonna move on from this thing. I don't see myself getting a Vladof legendary. It was fun one time, didn't it? Yeah.
So, you made it at last. Well, you're a bit too late to save your precious little queen, but hey, at least you get to die in unimaginable freaking pain.
Here it is, the big boss! Are you sure you don't want to wait for Roland?
We can't wait for Roland because
he's... asked for a boo fight!
He did. He did as hell. DLCs were not so great. I liked Claptraps, and I didn't like aspects of Nox's, but I felt like it had the most satisfying loot experience of all the games, basically. Like, I still don't feel like any of Borderlands 2, like, you know, post-boss or post-DLC loot comes anywhere near that loot room. Yeah, the driving back and forth really makes it a hard sell. I just felt like the loot room of that is, like, extremely satisfying. That was like the one redeeming thing. And like after you kind of, by the way, he needs to go on a training montage of his own here, because he is not putting up much of a fight. I'll give him that. But yeah, Nox's has its problems. Like driving, you know, 6 hours. You know, it's more than basically you actually get to play. It's kind of a pain. He did.
You've done it! The handsome sorcerer is dead! And guess who showed up to celebrate? Everyone's favorite invincible knight, Roland!
I guess Claptrap's DLC, like the treasure room, was pretty good.
And Roland showed up and he was really happy and everyone lived forever and it was great at the end.
I don't think you could get pearlescence from it though.
deny what Jack did to Roland.
Can't hear you.
She's right, Tina.
So do you want to do some side quests or?
You need to accept it. Roland
It's
is
feels
dead.
time.
I know! But it's my story! And...
You know what? It's okay.
Is it?
He doesn't have to go.
Not if
No,
you don't
he's
want
pretty dead.
Yeah, keep going.
So sad.
I
It is.
actually want to know how the story is.
Thank you. As the sorcerer's fatal spell hurtled toward the oblivious night, It was clear that only a miracle would save him. But luckily for the knight, a miracle is exactly what he got.
It's Buttwing. Goddamn Buttwing.
Hell yeah!
How's it
So what
going,
did you
girl?
guys think of that fight? I'm looking for some feedback.
Pretty thick. Oh, he just pulled a gun on you, boy.
Yeah,
Buttwing.
Mordecai?
I don't know. That's what I thought he said, like, the first time I heard it years ago, and I just always call him Buttwing now.
You know you've come to the right place. For who else could possibly bring the light back to the world? Who else but the most beautiful, most glamorous, and most graceful queen in history?
Butt Stallion!
Stallion!
Damn, she got legs for days. What happened to Butt Stallion, by the way? Because we killed Butt Stallion's owner. What do you want to bet I'm gonna get a flacker?
Don't know why
Oh.
I'm surprised.
Would you look at that? I can't use that.
Is beautiful.
With the queen safe, she can finally cast her magic spell and bring light.
The
back
one time I
to
don't
the
get a
world.
flacker, I can't
She's gonna
use
need
it.
some iridium to charge her spell. Better
Well, she shouldn't have shit this iridium out if she needed iridium. Damn it. Like, where do I put the iridium? Oh my god. I'm gonna look away while I stick my arm up there. Oh,
with a clap of her beautiful
you think she
wings
liked it?
and whip of her fine-ass hair, Queen Butt Stallion brought light back to the kingdom once and for all.
Yeah, get that shit. Oh my god.
The end. So, what did you
Just
guys
jam it in there.
Really good, Tina.
Hell yeah.
Why is this cutscene so quiet?
Pretty fun.
The fuck?
Hey guys, that spy just coughed up the access codes to the Hyperion moon base. Anybody feel like blowing up a space station?
Hell yes, I do!
And so the
Is this audio even picking up?
psychopath headed back into the wasteland. Back once again into the world of blood and insanity they'd taken an all too brief vacation from.
I love you guys.
Goodbye.
And in the days to come, they'd think
See how big that Buttwing statue is.
of the adventures they shared, both real and imaginary.
Very silent.
That no
Damn it.
matter how bad things got, they were never
I feel like the last cutscene wasn't that quiet.
they had each other. And then Claptrap said something stupid and ruined everything.
Cool. Alrighty then. Sorry about that, I don't... It's normally hearable. Audio is getting very loud at the beginning.
Great job.
Yeah, that, the Bloodshot? I think it's Bloodshot Stronghold. It's just like that one zone,
I'll lead her back to town.
like, makes your ears bleed.
No.
And the rest
Are
of
we
it's
done?
like, you
We
can't
be
hear.
done.
Hell nah! You got tons of side quests to do, boo, and I got all the time in the world.
You boo. Oh god. Oh, I missed it. My chest. Well, I missed the chest, so there's no point staying up here. I'm not going back up to that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I think I'm just gonna move on to another DLC. I don't think...
If guns are magic, consider that a mana potion.
I don't think I can beat the raid boss.
That'll wreak some havoc.
And I don't think there's anything Vladof I can get. So I don't really see a reason to hang out here. Which one should I move on to? I don't think I've done... Oh god, Badass Crater, Scarlet's, or the hunting one. I'm thinking the Badass Crater, the Torrid one. That's probably the better one, huh? And there's no reason for me to do the... Like this, the Scarlet DLC one is meh because I can't use the Sandhawk since it's not Vladof. feel like Badass Crater was the best of them in terms of like actual fun. Is there a sniper? Is it a Pimpernel? I don't think Pimpernel is Vladof though, is it? I think the Pimpernel's at like the same zone as I think it's a Maliwan, isn't it? But I think it's the same time you get the Sandhawk, which is like maybe halfway through. I mean, let's face it, no matter which one I pick, like halfway through it, I'm gonna have to go farm for some new weapons anyway. It's Maliwan? Yeah. I'd be all over that. I think I'm gonna go for Badass. I feel like it was the most fun. Like it's the most energetic of them. Badass Critter, Badass 2.
Listen carefully, mouth breathers of the world. This is Patricia Tanis, and I have found another vault. As you may know, the opening of the first vault 5 years ago triggered a chain reaction that revealed.
Why is my mouse visible?
You don't want to hear about that, Vault Hunter. You want to hear about loot and packs and explosions. I'm Tori, and I'm here.
He's not wrong.
One question only.
I feel like this is super quiet too. What happened?
Off this echo frequency, you protein guzzling buffoon. I'm trying to convey.
That sentence had too many syllables.
Apologize.
As I was saying, I've discovered that this new vault is buried in the center of a large crater and will only open, and I quote, once the champion of Pandora feeds it the blood of the ultimate coward.
We at the Tour Corporation sincerely believe this is fucking awesome. It's so awesome that we're gonna set up a tournament to find us #1 badass. If you want in, come to where the vault is buried. In the Badass Crater of Badassitude.
That's not what the area is called.
Badass Crater, Badassitude.
Badass Critter, Badass 2. I just remembered I hate this boss. Music is off because I do not want copyright claims for my VODs.
Welcome to the Badass Crater of Badassitude.
Hopefully that fixes it.
This is Mr. Tor, broadcasting to you from deep orbit. If you're here, that means you will win our tournament. Open
Did you just call me a wiener? The fuck?
#1 badass. Now, before you get started, you gotta digitally sign our legal waiver.
Just kidding. Fuck the legal waiver. This is still hilarious.
Just kidding. Fuck the legal waiver. You're in Tourgland now, sucker. Just head to the arena when I play you a sick guitar solo.
What? What just happened? Fantastic. Bravo. Bravissimo. I'll blow the shit out of that. I mean, I'm not gonna blow it. I'm gonna blow it up. Teaser, dude. Is there like a phrase for people who aren't dyslexic but speak like they are? Because there's something wrong with me. What the fuck? That was like such a simple sentence, and I... Okay.
Badass leaderboards, which puts you behind my grandma. Ahead of some guy she gunned to death, it took several hours. If you want to open that vault, you gotta rise in the leaderboard.
Correct. Where's the... Jesus.
Legal reasons, get to the arena and we'll set you up with one.
Let me go ahead and park on this guy. There we go. Alright. Fuck the legal waiver. What's going on? Well, let's get right into this. Let's have some fun. Can I legally do this DLC if I'm not using Tord? Don't mind if I do. Yes. I wish they all had this like level of engagement. It's just so much better than the others. Possible challenge. Anarchy gauge with towards dart weapons only. What about anarchy gauge with only nukums? What's that one gun? The Wanderlust? There's like a, I think it's a pearlescent, right? What if you use that with Gauge and Anarchy? That would actually probably be pretty usable, right? Because it's actually super strong, it's just that the Wanderlust has like no accuracy and it goes anywhere. But if it like bounces and is forced to home, I think it might be usable. Oh god, I need healing. Who the hell is Enrique and why did he yell about him? Hello? Maybe I should farm for a sham. Do they really not ricochet? Well, that's right, because they would just blow up on impact, huh? Yikes. Would Kerblaster be included in that? It'd still be hard as hell to hit stuff.
Come find me at the arena. Just follow the succulent scent of success.
What? Where's my car?
Those who accused you of cheating, of rigging fights to gain your #1 ranking.
Wow, Jeffrey. Well,
Who the hell is Jeffrey?
have to do this.
The Lasters do? Oh.
And then I tell them to never call me a cheater.
And you can quote me on that.
And you can quote me on that.
What?
Over here, newbie.
Don't talk about my boobies.
Piston will sponsor you.
I'm gonna knock you the fuck out.
His muscly wing, and we will open that vault together. I've already set up your first fight in the arena. Get in there and show them that Piston and the Vault Hunter are a force to be reckoned with. Is it just me, or does it seem like he's gonna betray the fuck out of you?
What about no weapon gauge, death trap only? Is that doable? Probably not.
Now, usually your first match will be against a single opponent, but I thought instead you're gonna be fighting a few dozen chumps called the Horde of Horrors.
Like, honestly, it'd probably be doable up until Ultimate, and then it'd probably be impossible. I guess if you use grenades, maybe doable. But then at that point, you're probably gonna need to like slag everything and like grenade swap. Yeah, roid shields probably. I've arrived. I think I've seen a I don't remember their name, but I've seen them do like a grenade-only Axton. And obviously that's a little different because the turrets are kind of better. They can slag and shoot rockets. But it's like, I think the same premise is you just use fastballs So like fastballs are that really good grenade that are nade only is really strong. Yeah, but I feel like pretty much anyone no shoots is doable if you do the fastball method. So you would have to like not do that in order to make it legit, if that makes sense. I mean, I guess it's all up to how you want to see it, but it's just like fastball basically makes everything doable. Who makes fastballs? Is it TDR? Is that like the only really good thing they make? Oh! Holy crap. I was actually thinking about doing nade only Axton, but I figured I'm not good enough. TDR? Yeah. I guess maybe I'll do TDR action. I'll do an allegiance run just like this. That way, if I want to, I can fall back on that. And TDR weapons aren't the worst. Honestly, the only one who's probably better with TDR in terms of like their guns is Salvador, because Salvador could regen the ammo, which would make it like more doable to throw your shit. When you skill nade damage, it gets crazy. Love the baby maker. I like the baby maker too. I just kill myself with it a lot. Honestly, I do that with probably all the TDR stuff though. Except for the Avenger, I think it's the Avenger. That's the pearlescent one, right? Garbage. It's like a bouncing Betty or something. I guess it's alright if you have a slag one. Like, the amount of times I've killed myself with those is probably more than the amount of times I've gotten kills with them. Oh god. What do you say about my dirty butt? Their launchers. Oh yeah, the bunny. Oh, the bunny. Yikes. Oh, he thick. He dead. I don't even know what I'm shooting at this point. This is my life now. I was actually thinking about doing a pre-sequel Allegiance run. I was gonna do like, is that Allegiance? I was thinking about doing like Hyperion only Claptrap. But maybe I'll do a TDR only Axton after that. I don't want to like, I don't know, I get sick of playing the same games over and over, and I don't want to like wear myself out on this doing challenges. Although I wouldn't really call this that much of a challenge. It's more like a restriction. I would say like grenade only or the maybe Jacob's Allegiance are challenges, but yeah, I don't really know that this is.
I'm not gonna share the false prize with some no-name mercenary. I'm the greatest fighter who ever lived. I will open the vault myself.
White stuff only. That's beyond my ability.
That noise you're hearing is the arena filling up with Armstrong gas. I've turned off the cameras. Just breathe deep.
He roasted.
Like a good little coward.
Only work with 0. Grenade. Why? Because he can bore things pretty easily? And then use like trespass. I think he has a skill called trespass, right? Yeah, just go melee only. I guess it'd be alright with Salvador. Like, it wouldn't be the best, but it's just like, get a white flag gun and pretty much anything and you're good to go. But I feel like Salvador is honestly kind of easy mode. Part of the reason why I picked him for my first, like, challenge mode, in quotation marks, because as big of a pain in the ass this is, like, once you get to the point where you can farm Lauda, it's not that bad.
Don't know where the fuck did he go? Let me educate you, Torque. The Vault Hunter ran away. They found out they'd have to fight me.
Only a few times.
To become the #1 badass on Pandora.
He's just not that unique, is the thing. Like, he's super powerful, but like Maya is super cool, right? Like, she got that, you know, singularity slag ruin thing going for her. And it's just like a really cool visual thing. Yeah, it makes you feel powerful to force all of your enemies into one zone. Like, it feels exotic and magical. And all Salvador does is pull out a second gun? Okay. Like, it's good, but it's like Zero goes invisible and either can be like an assassin with like really powerful melee attacks, or it has a powerful single shot. He works in really different ways. I just feel like he's a little more generic. I kind of feel the same way about Axton too. They're just like, yeah, that's your standard, you know, soldier style of character. Like, I've played this before. I mean, I literally had, right, as Roland. He's not that different from Roland. Like, his turret's a little more advanced, but it's the same premise. And it just doesn't feel as, like, satisfying to me versus playing as Maya or Gage. I just feel like they're just way cooler. Like, all my ability is more guns. And that's like, I don't know. I guess this is kind of the only game I do this in, but is it? Is that unique? Like, this isn't a revolutionary new ability or something. Never done before. That dude would kill the hell out of me. I was wondering where he was. Rutro. Oh, thanks for coming by, buddy. Makes it easier to kill you. Y'all can have that, thank you. Don't call me Chow. What the hell does that even mean? I kind of feel like Maya's probably a lot of people's favorite. What about my bra? What? Does Salvador have a bra? Bruh. Go for that. Kill herself, yeah. She's kind of like the most self-sufficient, I guess. I just feel like she's got the coolest ability. And everyone else is a little less cool. Like, really thinking about it, Gage while fun to play as, isn't that unique. Like, turret, it's basically like a mobile turret. It's just like, those have been in games for years.
You're gonna burn. Flamey bits, fire in the sky. Let's talk. Fire walk with me. Fire talk with me. You'll kill Pyro Pete's ass at some point, but you gotta wait until you find out where he stashed that sponsor he kidnapped. Otherwise,
Where are everybody's?
the leaderboards.
Hello. Ooh. I think that's useless, honestly, but it's still cool to have. If I remember correctly, this is actually where I used to farm for a top nail before Tinder Snowflake came out. I would like do runs here because there were like, I think there were like 3 or 4 of those chests. Or no, it's 1, 2, and then you get to go kill Petey Poo. And it was like super easy to get through. Holy shit, I died fast. You mostly do spec? Yeah. He's basically just good for like normal.
Welcome back.
Where am I? Oh. I'm wondering where my guns were. Oh. We'll be right back after these messages. Did you just call me Punjabi? Isn't that a language? I'm on to you. What was this? Oh my god! I better get that off the streets. I'm not a pervert. I don't know what you mean. I'm just cleaning up the streets. I'm getting that filth off the streets. Please die. He didn't do it. Please die. Thank you. Did I really miss that? You only took it so no one else would be this. Exactly. That'll prevent anyone from being as outraged as I am. I'm really doing the world a service.
I have a warm one, but you must dance first. Start from
I'm taking one for the team.
get to the battle board. Go now before the flames rise. His gimmick is that he really likes fire.
Not to be confused with taking it from a team, which is what she did right after that photo shoot. What did he call me? Who the hell's a Murph? Oh! He died. He died real quickly. Yikes. I must protect the innocent eyes of all those who may have come across that. Absolutely disgusting. It'll be in good hand.
Get ready to grab a beer and kick some rear, cause it's time for a beatdown bar brawl. Just pick a fight with the drunks and stay alive.
I was gonna do that anyway. Alright. game. That's okay. Alright, this is how I used to farm for Torque tokens in order to get double penetrating unkempt heralds. Except I would do it on an easier mode. Under my sheet on here with boxing. You dig Gage. My god. If you're really a deviant, you're doing all this while waiting for Tina to come of age. But you have to be pretty messed up to do it. What did he call me? That's how I usually used to clear the bar brawl thing. Hello? Oh yeah! The voice actor gauge wasn't... Oh my god. I hear somebody. Hello? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Really? My god. I thought they were all like super famous voice actors. Like the woman who plays Lilith, I think is pretty big. She's done like a lot of games and like animated shows.
You finished Pyro Beats bullshit. Now go talk to him and he'll probably tell you he's gonna give you a sponsor. But then he'll betray you.
For some reason, I thought that Gage was actually voiced by the same person as Lilith. Oh, the voice actor of Tiny. Really? I think Tiny Tina was voiced by one of the people's sisters? Like one of the head developer's sisters? I think she had like a YouTube channel going for a hot minute. I think it was like Gearbox developer's sister or something.
So yes, the sponsor I kidnapped is in the bar. Go find her. This is not a trap.
They used to like...
Yeah.
Fuck, I feel like they used to do sort of like talks about the direction they wanted the game to go. And then they turned into like skits or something.
Oh no.
I probably should have bought ammo. Yeah, it looks like he's not having a good day, but let's be real. Who is? Hello? Hello? Meow!
That sponsor chick he kidnapped shouldn't be far.
What? Come on, I don't want to get crushed again. Made in Pandora. I wonder where that's made, that it's made in Pandora. I thought this was like a lawless hellhole. They have some sort of manufacturing plant? It said that on the scope. You know what? I sent that back down there. But let's not be lazy. Damn, I'm good. Make sure this is all Vladof. Beautiful. Stop, sucker. Tina. Wrote a little poem. Don't mind if I do. Oh, garbage. Not made by the superior Vladof, made by inferior whatever this garbage is.
Now introducing the barbarian, the beautiful, the most buxom sponsor of the history of Pandora, Mad Moxie!
How the hell did she get out?
Miss me, sugar?
What was wrong with her lip? You see that? She like snapping turtled her lips.
Thanks for the save, doll. So, you want what's in the vault? And given
What's she
how
shaved?
tragically
What?
long it's been since I ran my own fighting ring, I want Torg's Coliseum for myself.
Torg.
I think it's time you and I became partners.
What happened to Biggie
With
Smalls?
benefits. Head back to the main crater and we'll talk strategy.
Okay. The beatdown.
So you found another sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet baby. But let me explain something. You're still just a no-name merc with muscles like white
Killer as in,
My pecs are
yeah, her
right.
ex Shank, Mr. Shank. Oh. Mr. Shank. Good old Mr. Shanky Shank. I think Shank was her first husband, wasn't it? It was like Mr. Shank, then the Heyo guy, then Marcus, and then someone. I think it wasn't her husband, but then I think she dated Mordecai and then Jack. But I do think there was like one or two others in there somewhere. I guess I'll just use this. I don't know where I'm going. He lost track. Yikes. I just know for a fact that Mordecai and her dated. I don't know if it was like ever a marriage. And Marcus obviously talks about it in the Mercenary Day DLC. And I think she obviously tells you about Mr. Shank. And then there was like hubby number 2 or something was her toy that she broke. And he does like hey-oh during the cutscene. Gross. Well, I guess what's her name? Mad Mama or something? What's the rather rotund lady in this DLC? They used to date, right? I don't know if that was ever a marriage, I guess. In this crater, yeah. They dated. She was rather rotund, to say the least.
Right now you're ranked 4th on the Torg leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. There's nothing better than getting to 3rd.
Face.
It's a sex thing.
Is it?
3 badass is a cannibalistic roadhog named Motor Mama.
Motor Mama, that's her.
Before you take her on, but I've hired the best trainer in the business. Go meet her. Motor Mama's hiding out, just waiting for the other gladiators to kill each other off. Once you're done with your training, you'll be ready to lure her out.
Speak of the devil. Why didn't they just put the car spawner right there? Like 20 feet closer. Yeet. I'm sure somewhere somebody online has like a full detailed list on everyone who she's ever winked at or something with sources. Stop, sucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the wild child, the
Queen
queen of
of
obscene,
obscene.
that girl who'll make you hurl. Tiny Tina!
Stop, sucker.
Sup, shouty? I'ma be a trainer. Right now you like pow, but when I'm done you're gonna be like
Piddly pow.
Get your butt to the arena and let's do this shiz.
Piddly pow. Yeet. Okay. He did. Just like me on the inside. Classic. I'm in. Do 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 do.
You got to get those carbs, son. The back of the arena got tons of non-sugar workers. Get some cookies so you can eat them and grow up big and strong and kick piston in a butt.
What?
Don't get me wrong, Sugar. I know you don't generally need the help of a trainer, but it'll go over great with the crowds. There's nothing the masses love more than a training sequence.
I can think of a lot of things people like more than training sequences, but okay. Like that picture I got off the streets. Uh-oh. The masses like the asses. Okay, apparently you can't go that way. I knew that. I just didn't want to walk there. Clearly. Oatmeal raisin.
As a connoisseur of tasty treats, I can assure you chocolate chip cookies are the for real.
They're raisin cookies? Abominations. That's what you meant to say. How dare they be oatmeal raisin? Bye. Who's up there? Don't mind if I do. Guess I'll sell those. Oh, it's leaking. Why am I lagging frames? That was weird. That was both weird and unpleasant. Sorry about that. I have no idea why that area down there specifically made me drop a ton of frames. Or it wasn't dropped, it was lagged, so that means my CPU couldn't handle that? Yikes. Okay, apparently I don't know how to jump. Well, I hope you enjoyed that probably 20 seconds of slideshow. Maybe it's because I threw the grenade and there were a lot of particles on the floor. I really don't know. No Vladof smigs. Yeah, there's no. Yeah. It's just snipers, pistols, rockets, and auto rifles, I think. Or assault rifles, rather. Oh god. They do have really good grenades, though. That's a bummer. Yeah, like... honestly, in terms of like high tier legendaries, Lyudas are like one of the best. That's why I'm using two of them. But they kind of aren't that high. One of the best, yeah, the Shreddifier. Except the Shreddifier is extremely rare. Like I don't think anyone specifically drops that, right? Like you just have to get lucky from like a world drop or something. And the Infinity is, if you're doing an allegiance thing, it's actually unfarmable, I believe. because what's his name? Doc Mercy requires you to kill him, and if you get it on that first kill, it counts, I suppose. But you, in order to farm him, you have to do his little side mission that requires you to use a bandit E-Tech weapon. So if you want to hold true to it, you technically aren't supposed to do the side mission with the shred of, or with that bandit E-Tech. Hyperius has a higher drop chance. Does he? Like my first, like during normal run through, I actually did the Doc Mercy thing because I didn't want to have it in my inventory for the whole thing, because I didn't realize I was gonna have to do that in order to farm him. But after that I decided I'm just not gonna do it. But the Infinity is actually pretty good. It's just, if you're staying true to, I will absolutely not use or even touch, you know, non-Vladof weapons. You can't really get it feasibly. I guess you could do the whole... Ooh! Oh wow! That's actually really good. Wait, what? Damn, I got 2 of them? I think it's legit. Yeah. Like, I'm not too concerned with having done it for normal mode. Like, somebody wants to chastise me or whatever, being like, oh, your Vladof only run doesn't count because you did that one side quest that forces you to use a bandit weapon. I don't care. Like, this isn't some sort of record. But it's just like, for the sake of saying I strictly used it for pretty much everything but the first run, I just decided not to. You're the right guy, but who the fuck cares? Yeah.
Those cookies weren't chocolate chip. Those are
raisins.
Shawty! Destroy all the food dispensers! Wipe the raisin abominations off the map!
I just figured Lyudas are honestly more necessary. At the end of the day, it's just one more thing I need to forcibly farm. I'm probably always going to try to have a slag and any other flavor of Lyuda. And then the other 2 doesn't, like, they don't really matter that much. Like, what really sets these apart is the fact that they're pretty high damage, they are pretty much guaranteed to have crit bonus. They usually have high fire rates. They're relatively easily obtainable. They take a lot of farming. Use Moxies. Safe exit. Oh yeah. Like, so I don't know how familiar you are with like that whole the hunt thing that was going on, where it's like people do it for charity and that's totally cool, but I think there is also a prize for like the winner or something. But like some of the people who I stopped by were and it's considered legit by the rules, I believe, but they're like doing that whole farm thing where you're just trying to get a Sandhawk with a specific build, and I don't think that was like a weapon that's part of the stuff you're supposed to grab. But it's just like doing the whole exit save thing to make sure, or you know, force exit no save, I guess, to make sure you get the version of the gun you want, or to like easily farm. Yeah, read-only farming. You just save yourself the time and spawn it in. Like, I see that about as legit as spawning shit in. Well, fuck. And then I think this was against the rules for the hunt, but like you could, I believe there's a way to glitch into the Leviathan's chest room from Scarlet's DLC. Like if you just stay in the Leviathan after killing him and like loot the place and then I think exit, I'm pretty sure you can like grenade jump back into the chest room with the chests respawn. Yeah, like just save yourself the time if that's all you're gonna do. Like maybe do a few if you want, but it's just like I don't. Maybe that's just me, but I don't want to watch you go to the main menu and then sign back in like 50 times for like an hour until you get like the perfect shock sandhawk with the sight and prefix you want. Like I just don't care, dude. Like I want you to have the guns that you feel are necessary, but like what's the difference? You're either way you're circumventing the game. You're circumventing the original drop you would have got. So just speed it up for me. I want to get back to seeing you kill stuff. Like if you're gonna kill the same thing over and over, at least then you're like putting in the effort to destroy it. It's not just sitting at a save point. Dude's rude. What's up,
Training is complete for now, Maho.
Maho?
Let me know if you need any more help from a master. Until then, get to a battle board. Knock those
Wine ass.
that should pull Motor Mama out of hiding.
Who the hell destroyed my car? Rude. Who the hell is you? I said, hey Jude. Was there a closer reloader dodo thing? Or car spotting? Pop, pop, pop. What's going on in there? I was just in there, nothing was happening. Where is this? What? Oh. Your training is complete, Maho. Perfect driving. Flawless. More meat for me. Make a real huge world. Yeah, it's a lot better than one in that respect. Honestly, like the real thing that I just prefer one over this is the loot system. I know people love farming, but I just feel like it's so much more rewarding to open chests. But like all the quality, yeah, the quality of life stuff is just way better. Borderlands 1 was way better. Yeah, I just felt like it was so much better to open a chest because pretty much every chest had a chance at legendary. Like, you had no idea when you were gonna get surprised, and that was the cool part. For this, yeah, I've gotten a handful from chests, but like, nowhere near. Farming bosses sucks. True. There's just like less reason for the most part. I feel like a balance between the two would probably be best. Like make chests really rewarding while also like giving specific reasons to do certain things. Wait, what? Was this only 2 laps? Ow. I think I've probably gotten more than 2, but it's just like, for example, in like that claptrap room, I've gone that whole room without getting a single legendary. I've also opened that whole room of chests getting like 4 or 5, and there's something like super satisfying about that. I also felt like they were more powerful, like more legendary. Like, Unkempt Terrell feels super legendary in this. The Lyudas do. But like, almost every weapon in that was pretty good. That was legendary. It's just, there were ones that obviously stood out as better.
Oh hi, I'm Motor Mama, and I see you've been trying to get my attention. If you like,
The level
we
you
can
were
fight
in.
each other and see which of us is
True.
the best. Sound fun? I'll be waiting for you.
Don't let her voice throw you. Motor Mama is a stone-cold psychopath. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to get too graphic, but let's just say she eats her own children.
What? And then you barely find any. Well, yeah, that makes sense. There is like a sort of chest run you can do. So when I open that, I also go back to where I killed Nox Trap. You know, like the claptrapified version of Nox. Except I don't even bother fighting him again. You can actually sneak back into his chest, like his treasure chest room, without having fighting like more than a few little enemies. And usually it's pretty good for loot, but I think it is pretty level dependent. Like on ultimate, wait, not ultimate, what the hell is that called? True Vault Hunter mode? I think like after you defeat the Destroyer or something, it's basically like a legendary city. Oh, I went the wrong way. 2.5. Yeah, that's right. They didn't really use the names, huh? It was like 2. It was, yeah, 2.5. So like after you defeated pretty much everything, where it didn't matter anymore. You did 2 in the right order. Yeah, I think the only real requisites for that were defeat the Destroyer and kill General Nox, weren't they? I don't think you needed to do anything else. But that was most of the game. Yeah, Cromax when everything's done. He's like always, I think, always 3 levels higher no matter what. Corsairs. Get up to 72. Oh my god, I just wasted half of those. Wow, that uses ammo fast. Each eaten. I'm sure that's doing something for me, right? Was that effective? There we go. I don't really see a point to clear that. Yeet. Why is that such an odd color to me? It's like teal.
I must say, I'm really looking forward to our fight. I've been waiting to fight a real
I kind of
warrior,
like it.
and having watched
It's
you
a
in
nice color.
action, I truly believe that you will make me work hard before I ultimately kill you and devour your body.
Devour you. Honk. Whoa. Yikes. I'm about to die to her 50 times. That's my guess.
That's what attracted her to me in the first place. Oh, did I mention we dated for a while? Had
Gross.
to break it off when she devoured one of my other girlfriends alive. Nobody eats my lady friends but me. Oh, God. Too far. That was in bad taste.
Love doll.
Vomited in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, like the best one is obviously the Sandhawk, but it's not quite that usable. Like outside of like zooming in, if that makes sense. Like they're really bad unless you zoom in, and that kind of sucks. Like I'm pretty sure they'd suck with Salvador, right? Because you can't. It's a single shot fire unless you're zoomed in. So using it during my ability would suck. That was always my problem with those. And there's like a lot of stuff that disrupts your view and like adds bullet punch, so you can't really be that accurate with them. But I guess other than like Sandhawk, Pitchfork, basically all the hardest stuff to get, other than the Sandhawk. Sandhawk is, I guess, guaranteed. You're probably gonna have a hard time using doll only. Even their grenades, like, they're cool, but they're not that good. The snipe, the Lauda, or the Pitchfork? Pitchfork is like their version of it.
I understand and respect your wishes. I will also completely ignore them.
I don't know about that one.
I'm so glad you could make it. I'm gonna kill you and
I'm
make
not.
sandwiches out of your corpse.
Do it.
Time again.
Border Mama.
Border Mama versus the Vault Hunter. Fight.
Oh, the Laska. That's pretty good. She's not very good. I'll give her that. Oh, am I lagging? She just killed him for me? What? Holy shit. You about to lose more than your ride, bitch. What? He cheating. Where did she go? Oh, this bitch got... Okay. Prosper, yeah, the one that's just on the floor. That's pretty easy to get too, thinking about it. What? I don't have to ask y'all to calm down, bitch.
What I tell ya?
She dead.
The Vault
Eats ammo, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I just use it like a shotgun kind of thing though. Like I just run up to them and spray it.
Well said.
Your kind words are appreciated.
Actually, that one's full auto, isn't it?
Hey, sugar.
Are they all full auto? It's just that it's a slower fire rate, huh? Wait, no. I feel like the Hornet is only single fire, right? Unless you're zoomed in. I guess the Hornet's pretty good. Just fucking lazy do this. Why run back when you can not? Is this a teleporter by any chance? Hey. Only burst when you zoom in. Yeah.
Time to go for the number 2 ranking, sugar. I've tracked down the number 2 ranked fighter. Name of Flyboy. Head
Who
to the forge and
does
take him
number
down.
2 work for? No guys, I need your friend. Alright.
Watching suspense as the Vault Hunter heads to the forge.
Why would I wear suspenders?
Fly
Fly boy gonna die, boy.
achieving his goal. Nothing. Door locked. Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Doors locked? Great. Torque Security would probably have the keys. Get to the arena and steal them from the security box.
The hell's a security box? Did I just drive my car in there? Oh, my bad.
Just so your weak ass knows, I'm the one who locked the forge. Not because I'm worried about you ranking up. I could detonate your skull with but one well-timed squat throw.
You're near the security box. Great. Now you can get into the forge, take down Flyboy.
Later, bitch.
Number 2 badass on the leaderboard.
They just got robbed. Bunch of idiots. Scammed. What the hell is that weapon? Is that cheating? Do I care?
This is Flyboy with a message for that vault hunting noob sauce. I am the future. You vault hunters are
Isn't the future a band? Oh my god, he's that band?
Don't be jelly,
Or is it an artist?
You're gonna K your ray so hard, you'll make me the SYITF. What do you think?
What the fuck does that mean?
Vault hunters experience proves
SYT. Wait, what? SYTF?
but I pretend otherwise to maintain dramatic tension.
Flyboy's a spunky one. He just turned 16, so naturally he thinks he's
Suck your
invincible.
this finger?
You're gonna prove otherwise, sugar.
I can see him, he's definitely not invisible. Fucking idiot. Yes, you should. The Baroque. Oh, I get plenty of those. I just don't need them because I'm Vladof only. The Baroque is pretty decent. I don't know, I think other than the Sandhog though, there's like a certain set of weapons that are really just best. And it doesn't make sense to not use
Flyboy
them.
may think he's defended, but I found 3 access points to his lair. Get to the battle board and blast your way through
Where did I buy
the
those?
access points, and you'll get your shot at Flyboy.
Flyboy.
Poor bastard has no idea what he's in for. Almost makes you feel bad.
Shut up, Moxie.
Almost.
I'm gonna have to end the stream here though, so thanks for stopping by. Good to see you again. Been a pleasure talking to you. Hope things go well for you. I'm gonna assume that things have been going well and that's why you couldn't come on. If not, I apologize. Hope they go better. Yeah, thank you. I think it's morning time for you, so have a good day. And, have fun at work. I assume you have work? I don't know. Is it possible to have fun at work? I don't know. Either way, like I said, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next one. And until then, I still maintain the policy, strict policy, of fuck Marcus. And also, bye.